So we have here the this data access object that is allowing us to go in and interact with the data model using a Mongoose data model. Another layer of abstraction that is also very common is to encapsulate this instead of a service. I'm not going to go that far. I'm just going to expose this data model right away through a set of URLs. So for instance, we're going to create a controller in controllers that will allow us to interact with the users database, right? So we're going to create here JavaScript that is going to allow us to interact with the users. So this will be users dot controllers controller dot server, and in here we would have functions that would allow us to expose these behaviors through a set of URLs. So for instance, we're going to use the express library that we're going to pass through here. Right? So we're going to pass the app, which is an instance of the express library, and we're going to use it to implement things such as retrieve all users. Right? So this would use the DAO, which we just created. Right? Let's create the grab the users DAO. DAOs. And here's our users DAO. And now we can use it here to respond using the response. We're going to send back whatever the DAO comes back. Actually, this DAO has a function, right? Is users DAO, and then has, for instance, find all users. Now, this find all users is asynchronous, right? Because this is going in here, and this one is using user model find, and find is an asynchronous function. So what we get from here is a promise, and that promise is going to come back with some results. Presumably, that results are all the users, which we can then send back. All right, we can respond JSON and send back what the results are, and hopefully that those results are indeed the collection of all the users in the system. Okay. To finally connect this, we need to load this controller. We need to load it from the server. All right, so let's do that. We're going to require that controller, which we just created. Controllers, users controller, and we're going to pass down an instance of the app, which is an instance of the Express library right here. Okay, so there you go. So let's start the server. Oops, let's see. Says that users controller is not a function. We are exporting module exports. Try it again. Okay, it's not playing anymore. Now let's go try it. And if we go localhost 3000 and get API users, notice that indeed we get those two users, Alice and Bob. Okay. All right. So we were able to export the data that is stored in the in Mongo, right, and make it available through this web service.